I'm sitting here going like this, just going to town on this cup holder.
And what did he say? Do you remember?
In my mouth, he goes, "If I ever see you do that again, you're getting fired." I look at him, I go, "Well, I guess you're never going to see me do it again." We've never had 4 males on the couch. Like,
4 alpha males.
Yeah. I mean, it almost goes without saying. 4 alpha males on the couch. The other day, I got one of these head massagers at work. I was telling you about this the other day.
Yeah, I remember this.
You know those head massagers that go like this?
Yeah. They look like those stirrers.
Yeah.
The mixers.
Yeah, I got one at work, and it came in this black box. It said Ultra. It said Ultra Pleasure Head Massager.
Oh,
and I was like, that's kind of crazy that they would market it like that. It's like almost sexual, you know.
They know their audience.
But it's a head massager.
I would have bought it.
Well, I did buy it, and then I started using it at work, and I get in this rhythm where I don't go fully over my head like this, but I just like start to engulf the cusp of my brain right here in my
What
my
was
cowlick.
that? Can you show us that movement one more time?
Like this. I just start to. It just opens a little bit, the metal.
Okay.
And I get a rhythm, and I'm on a call at work, and I get on this rhythm, and I kind of forget where I'm at. And one time I let out this involuntary like, and I actually got written up at work for it.
You didn't.
Yeah, because they said I'm in my cubicle alone, no one can see me. And they said that it was like a pleasure moan, and I said no, it was a grunt. It was involuntary, but HR was not. they were not having it, and so I just kind of took the L on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
It just keeps happening too. So I've gotten written up like 4 write-ups, and I had to pay a substantial fine. They're like, you can either get fired or pay a substantial fine, and I'm going to court and then suing them. It's kind of crazy.
How much was it?
How much was it?
The fine.
$1 billion.
It was like $15.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay that.
$15
No
for
way.
a write.
And the head massager was like $7, so I'm like, about 30 in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
good.
assuming that story's true, right?
Oh, it's 100% true.
I don't believe you. But assuming it is true, why don't you just like stop using it while you're on call?
It's just about the only thing that gets me through the day. It's a big stress reliever.
Not even like a cup of coffee or anything?
No, it just doesn't do it for me, you know?
Like listening to some music, like nothing.
Well, I can't because I'm on the call with a guy.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
I
didn't
work-
think about that.
What guy?
I work with an auctioneer.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, like, I'm listening to them.
Let me get a
25, 25, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 55 now, 55, 55.
Do they do that?
They do that. Some of them are faster than the others. Some are slower.
Do you have
One guy he was like I used to work with this guy who's in San Francisco. And he was like a Jeff Goldblum where he's always like doing these like, moaning and giving these groans.
why didn't he get written up?
I don't know. Well, you know what? I don't know. And none of the girls would work with him. They were like, it's kind of sexual the way he sells these cars. and like I didn't give a frick, so I was just working with them. And then one day I got pulled off his sale, but he'd always drop these crazy things like, but my grandson, cutest thing in the world. Oh, he's
like
always,
while auctioning?
yeah, he always be like spurting these random things off. I don't know. I was chill with them because I didn't give a frick. What's up, gamers? What's up, gamers?
What is next? Are we waiting for something?
And non-gamers?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to
Usually Delaney does it. She's not here.
Okay.
What is she? Yeah, let's fill in the role.
Guys, usually Delaney does the other half of the intro, but she's not here. Before this podcast, we tied her to some train tracks with a big rope and a bunch of lit sticks of TNT. So that's where she's at right now. She's not here. She's a little busy.
By the time this comes out, she'll be long gone.
We'll all be in jail.
Yeah, we'll be.
Yeah,
Pay our bail.
unless someone comes along, like a guy on a horse, like a cowboy wearing all white, wearing white boots. Unless a big white cowboy.
Hold on.
Hmm.
Have you guys heard of the trolley problem?
Yeah.
What would you guys do?
Oh, is it like the save one person?
Yeah, you can save like you can hit the
Either
lever.
Delaney or a bunch of other people.
No, you don't know.
Oh,
I think they're all
group of kids.
strangers.
Give us the problem.
Delaney's on a
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Okay, so Delaney's on a different train track. She's not in this equation, but
Okay.
you walk up to a splitting path, right?
Yeah, to be clear, she's on a real train track, but this is a hypothetical.
Yeah. You're a bystander, and you have the option to change the trolley's path from either killing 1 or killing 5 people. What do you do?
You kill
And-
one.
Well, but you don't have to do anything. That's the thing. Like you,
It's going automatically towards 5.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of a numbers guy myself, so
What about? Let's make it more interesting.
So you have to choose to kill.
5 people you don't like, or 1 person you really like. Like that's your homie. That's your mom.
shoot, bro. Well,
No, it's not.
See you, mom.
It's not my mom.
It's not my mom.
wait, is it your mom or is it my
Wow.
mom?
That hurt.
No, for some reason it's Max's mom. For all of us in every single situation.
5 people? Frick, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, in a split decision, I would probably kill 5 people.
Just run away.
It's not like I'm sitting there trying to decide. I see 5 people and I just yank the handle.
And it kills. You'd have it kill 5.
Rather than my mom?
Oh, I forgot it was your mom. I forgot we changed it.
Would you watch?
Would I get a choice not to watch?
And it,
No,
as
you
soon as
have to
hit
watch.
That, as soon as you
I
hit the
guess I'd
handle,
watch.
you can't change anything, but it goes really slow. Like they have an agonizing, brutal death.
Yeah, you.
How's
they
that?
can-
No, that can't. You can't change the situation
I
that
just
much.
did.
It's a train.
Can we just save them off the tracks?
Anyways, I gotta finish the intro. What's up, gamers? Welcome back to the Have Fun podcast, where I interview my friends and also Delaney interviews her friends, but she's not here, and so she usually does the other half of this intro. So I'm a little lost. I'm a little lost and not found. I'm your host, Max, and we're here with our guests this week. Introduce your guests,
I'm Cody.
and also,
I'm Jake.
and thirdly, we have.
My name is Brendan.
And Delaney's not here. I see. I keep saying that she's not here because I literally am like lost without her. It's a boy
she-
takeover.
Does she really like help?
Does she complete your
She
life, Max?
keeps me on track.
Do you,
Keeps me from saying things I'll regret on this
do you
podcast.
like her romantically?
Yeah. Do you?
No, but people keep asking me
You
that.
could be. You can be.
You could
super
have her.
honest because we can cut this later.
Yeah.
You could
I
have
don't
her if
think
you
so.
want her.
I don't think so. I don't think so. The thing is that it
You could
wouldn't
snake
work out.
Aiden. Why wouldn't it work out? How old is she? 17.
She's old enough.
16.
14.
She's old enough. Like,
She's old enough.
Say that.
She's 19 or 20. I don't know. I don't know.
How old are you, Max?
I'm 25.
wow.
25.
Perfect.
I'm a 25-year-old bachelor, and I'm actively seeking a mate, a female mate.
Well, we can't say female and we can't say mate.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
looking for women.
So I'm actively searching
For
for
the
A life partner.
an opposite
love of
part,
my
the partner,
life.
my opposite sex.
Yeah, none of this
It doesn't have
science
to be-
talk.
Oh, I can't
Listen,
say
it doesn't
that.
have
I
to
can't
be
be
the
specific
opposite.
about it. Or I can't have a preference.
No,
No.
I'll take whatever comes.
not anymore.
We pretty much all met each other working at Phoenix Theater.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, we could talk about crap about any of our coworkers
Oh, this is gonna be good.
and the company, and we can divulge all the secrets. I think.
Okay.
Maybe
I don't
okay,
care what happens after this.
We need to talk about some people that work there.
Are we,
We-
I don't want to use, like, should we?
No, we
drag
can't use
people?
names.
Okay,
We can't
good.
use
Don't use
names.
names. Okay, you remember when we first got hired, Max, and it was like the third day or something, and our GM was telling us that there was a basement
Oh yeah.
because there was an elevator back there, and he was like, "Yeah, can you guys take this to the basement?" And we got in the elevator, and we were like, "Basement?" It's like, so we hit like the lowest button. And, no, that's the floor we're on. And then Max was like, "Maybe we have to hit them both," and we were like, "Yeah, how do you get to the
probably a
basement?"
secret
He was
code.
like, "He was like, what are you talking about, man? Just take it to the basement." And then we were like, "The stairs?" And like we looked at the stairs and we're like, "No." And then it took us like 10 minutes, but we were like, "Okay, we're getting goofed with. Like, we're getting messed with."
I don't think it took that long. I think I heard basement and I looked at the floor and I thought, there's nothing under this mall.
Okay, well, it took me a while. I was like trying to figure out how to get to the basement.
I feel like if he told me to do something though, because especially not knowing him long,
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, oh, he's serious.
But like he was so good at lying to us, you thought he was being serious.
Or
Or how about the
He
time when he
was
was
good at
serious
lying.
and broke the clipboard over his knee when he was
the
talking to
thing is,
Jake?
you never knew. Like sometimes he was mad as a joke. Sometimes he was actually mad, or sometimes he would play off like he was joking when he was actually mad.
Yeah, Jake.
Sometimes he would go into full rage mode, and snap a clipboard.
Yeah, Jake, why did he do that? You mind sharing?
I wrote Phoenix Theaters on the back of the clipboard, like in Sharpie,
Mm-hmm.
and you. I guess we weren't supposed to do that.
So he broke it?
Yeah.
Right when I got hired, I didn't know Brendan before working at the theater. Right when I got hired,
Oh, no.
everyone was talking about this guy Brendan.
Oh, no.
First thing I heard was that he pushed his girlfriend down the stairs at school, and that was true. That
was
and
I
that
was
was true, right?
I was angry at her, yeah.
and you're completely comfortable talking about this. You did
Yeah,
this, that's right.
well,
You
here's
did,
the
right?
thing. Yeah, because
Holy sh-
sometimes, if we're being honest, some actions
And she
should not
broke her
go.
leg.
Yeah, no, it was a neck.
She was in
nah.
a
Yeah,
prison
no,
for like
some
a year.
actions need to go. Need to be punished. Like sometimes you can't just say things and then be left on.
Oh, she
Real?
said something to you?
Yeah, I feel like correcting your woman is the right thing to do.
I mean, that's your personal opinion. Say whatever you want, but I feel like I have to remind our audience at this point that this is not an anti-feminist podcast. In
This
fact,
is a satire podcast.
in fact, I have a deep appreciation for females.
You can't.
I would
say
never
me
lay a
too.
hand on a woman. Let's make that clear. I did
Well,
not
you didn't lay
push
a
her
hand on her.
down.
You laid a
Yeah,
foot on her, right?
No,
In the back?
it was no. I
Kicked
used
her in the back?
It was a broom.
She,
No, it was a broom,
she
and
had
I
nothing to
leg.
defend herself.
No,
Kicked her in the back of the head.
No, I leg swept her with the broom. Like it was kind of
Oh,
like
okay.
I swept her off her feet
Oh,
and
wow.
down the stairs.
Romantic.
Is that real? Somebody. told
No,
me.
I never did any of that.
It was a
It
joke
became
for
a
a long
rumor
time.
though. Yeah, at the theater and then at my
school.
high school, they would that was like the going rumor. And then at basketball games, when she would walk in, they would chant neck brace from the students.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad for her. It was kind of
She did break her neck,
Horrible.
right? But you didn't.
yeah. She had a neck brace, but it had nothing to do with me. I wasn't even there.
You miss her.
You could be honest. This won't go. This won't go live if you do.
Yeah, so the theater was a really fun time. No, I don't miss her, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
I'm dead inside, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
A lot of
Oh,
women
okay.
have just hurt me to the point of no return. You know what I mean?
Now you hate women.
I feel like I'm in the middle. Like I like guys too now. You feel
Like sexually, like romantic.
oh.
no. Yeah. Maybe a little. I'd have to actually sit there and think about it a little bit. That's where I'm at.
No.
No.
Okay.
No. Unless it's Max. I do have some feelings for Max that I feel like I have not dealt with yet.
Well, I guess now's the time to air it out. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be like a post-podcast type thing, but
We'll talk about it off the air.
all right, that sounds great.
Honestly, what do you rate working at that movie theater? Like out of 10.
Let's start with Max.
It was great.
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
Probably like a 9. Because it was a job. We didn't get paid a lot. We
Oh,
almost got paid
horribly.
nothing.
Well, actually, during the time, not bad.
But I worked maybe 30% of the entire time that I worked there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What
Cody?
about you, Cody?
Yeah, probably a 9 as well or a 10. Like it was. I think I laughed the hardest I've laughed at work.
yeah,
Ever
it was a
working
party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, let's also say this. Max, go back to you real quick. Sorry, Cody.
there. You're good.
How long did you work there?
3-4 years, I think.
Okay, Cody.
Probably around the same, maybe a little less. Like 3-ish years.
For me, it was 4 or 5 because I came back after COVID for a
Wow.
while.
Yeah, it was 6 to 7 for me.
Really,
Yikes,
Yeah.
dude, that's
Jake,
so
though,
long.
what would you give it out of 10?
like a 9 or a 10. Yeah, same. Because I look at it, and granted, it's the only job I've ever had.
Well, he
But-
wasn't asking you what your favorite job was.
Yeah.
That would be your favorite, though, right?
But it was like we just, as long as you did your job, you could like goof around, and it was like it was a minimum wage job, so they didn't pay you a lot, but also it's not like there's no way we needed
minimum
to get
wage
paid more.
equals minimum effort.
Yeah.
After COVID, I will say though, they weren't paying up to other minimum wage standards. Like you could go to somewhere else and get paid more to stand around just as much. So it was like a little weird, but I think they're back up to it now. I have no idea though.
You ever think about going back?
No, I would.
I wouldn't be
It'd
the
be bad.
same. It wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
It's all nerds that I go there now. It's all nerds that
It's
work
all
there. I've
nerds.
seen the
Guys,
people that work there, and they're all nerds.
We're
What?
nerds.
Yeah,
Like,
but
when we
these
were
guys are
working-
different
No,
types
but-
of nerds.
No, but we had fun. Seems like no one has fun there.
I was always laughing like the entire time I was there, just
Yeah.
messing, doing
I
something
look
stupid.
back.
Like,
Now, this is a little retrospective. I look back. I was a bully, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
a
definitely.
little bit.
Yeah, thanks, guys. You didn't
Oh,
tell
yeah.
me during
Well,
the time.
It was hilarious.
think
No,
I-
it was,
I
we
it
made
was-
ki-
it
we
was
made people
heated.
cry.
I was too though.
Huh?
I was too though. If you
Yeah.
were, just for people who like didn't do the job, because it was like very easy, and like if you didn't do your job, then we would make fun of those people.
Yeah, I
we
feel
make
like
fun
we
of
were
everyone. That's
we were
not-
part of that crowd that didn't do their job though.
Yeah, that's true.
We would make fun of people for not doing their job and then not do our job.
I would go out of my way not to do my job.
Sometimes you go out of your way to take a little nap.
There's multiple times that I would just sleep on the job.
I have too. I'm not
Tons
gonna
of
lie.
times.
Couple
I'd sleep
times.
in the manager's office.
I would never purposely sleep, but I have fell asleep like on a break.
Oh,
Like,
I
fell
would.
asleep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
I was
many,
on break,
so
but
many
never-
nap
never
breaks.
on the job.
Yeah.
Here's a pro tip. If you work at Phoenix Theaters, this might not be for every company. If you work at Phoenix Theaters, the best place to take a nap is in the GM's office when the GM's not there. Because
Yes.
no one will look in the GM's
No.
office.
Nope.
Here's the thing. I did that once on my break, and people thought I was clocked in. Like, I was just super tired, and our GM wasn't there. And I was like, well, it's nice and dark, and it was always really cold in there because, like, I don't know,
Best room in the place.
best room in the place, yeah. And so I was like, I got 30 minutes. I'm just going to go lay down on the floor in the dark. And somebody walked by or something and peeked in and saw me laying down. And a manager came in and was like, you can't be doing that on the job. I was like, oh, I'm clocked out. And they were still upset, though. Because, and, like, I get it now, but because you probably can't be just sitting there sleeping. But I remember at the time I was like, but I'm on break. Like, why can't I do what I want on my break?
Yeah, one time I
But I had
took a
snuck
nap
into
on
the
break.
general manager's office to sleep.
No, bro, that's hardcore. One time I took a nap on break, and then our supervisor came in. And he woke me up. I was like, I'm on break.
I know who it was.
He goes, your break ended an hour ago. And I was like, all right, my bad. And I only had like 20 minutes left of my shift. I was like, you want me to clock in or you want me to go home? He goes, you can just go home. I was like, all right.
That was the
sick."
cool thing, too, is like, because back then I really didn't like working ever,
Mm-hmm.
doing anything. And then, like, if you were there for like more than 2 years, you could just be like, yo, we're slow. Like, you looking to send people home? Send me home first. You know what I mean? And you would always, you would mostly get sent home first if you wanted to. Like, it was dope.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that job gave me some really poor work ethic.
Yeah.
Because every single
I think
day,
I came into that job with my work ethic.
every single day, you'd get paid terribly and want to go home every single
Yeah.
time. And it didn't make it any better that all of us were the same, so we all wanted to go home, and we'd fight over who gets sent home first.
There's nothing worse than when it's you and the boys, and all the boys get sent home except for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're just there with a bunch of people you don't like, and you got to work for like 40 minutes. That's it. But it's the worst 40 minutes of the day.
I was
You just
just say,
clock out
I feel
early.
like if I was working with you guys, I didn't mind staying
Yeah.
late. Or there was a few
Yeah.
other people that were cool,
Yeah.
like in and out that were cool. I feel like,
I remember this one time. I would every single day or every weekend we would work, and all of us would work because it was a weekend job. So there'd be like 2 or 3 days that all of us would work, and every week I would come in there and try to do a different bit. One time I came in there, first thing I did was I made an out of order sign and I put it on the clock in thing. And then so everyone, I got there like a couple minutes early, and everyone that came in after me would all come in at 4. Everyone went to the manager's office like, how do I clock in? The manager would go, what are you talking about? and they're like, the clock in thing is out of order because we work with a bunch of sheep. So like 5 or 6 people went into the manager's office like, yeah, there's an out of order sign on the thing. I can't clock in. And the manager walked in and ripped the thing off. And I watched it happen, and he threw it in the trash. And I watched it happen, and I just grabbed it from the trash, and I put it right back on. And then I probably did that 4 or 5 times. I kept making different out of order signs. And this one supervisor got so pissed off.
Oh, I have a feeling I know who
He
it is.
tore it up. It was like made out of paper and a marker. He tore it up and threw it in the trash. And I like watched this, and I grabbed a napkin and I wrote out of order on like a paper towel. And I put it on there. He grabbed it and he ripped it up and threw it away. And then I did the same thing, but I put the out of order sign on the schedule. and he went
Yeah, I remember
like,
that.
and the schedule was just a piece of paper on the wall. He just walked over and put out of order, and he went to grab it, and he broke the thing off that holds the schedule.
I was there, dude.
And they made him drive to Lowe's to buy a new one. And I was just sitting there laughing the whole time.
That is like some sitcom level like comedy. Like that's some stuff you only see in a
I think
show.
they probably knew it was me, but for some reason I didn't get in trouble. He got in trouble for breaking the schedule.
I think I came in late that day. Or for some reason, I was coming in late because I remember him leaving to go to Lowe's. I was like, "What's he going to Lowe's for?" And he ripped the schedule thing off the wall. I was like,
Which is like the culmination. You missed like the build up where it was just like the throw it in the trash. He just kept getting madder and madder until he got in trouble.
It's really crazy. Like even looking back, like I don't think that was that big of a deal, especially when it was on the schedule.
Yeah,
Like it
no.
must have been like I don't know.
Oh, no.
Well, I don't know how you could be that upset.
Oh, we
about
did
that,
some
but-
things to make some people upset that were kind of warranted.
It was that's what it was. We would just push the limits
Yeah,
until they were
all
that
the
pissed
time.
off.
Yeah.
I never said what I rated the theater out of 10.
Oh yeah.
"Yeah,
Oh.
yeah."
So
Well, I just assumed it was a 9.
Well, I
His is
think
gonna be lower. That's
9s
my,
across the board.
That's my take.
Yeah.
Oh, because he was a
Well,
manager. He had manager.
I was a
syndrome.
manager.
He had manager syndrome. We had
So,
the best part was
when we worked
lowest.
there-
Wrong, me and Jake.
When we worked there, I would say the theater was a 9 to 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
But as all like the friends left, all the boys, it kind of just fell off. I think it went down to like an 8. And then when you're a manager, you see the side of things that sucks,
Yeah.
and the bosses don't care about you anymore because we started expanding. So I think the fun just kind of went down. Like it wasn't as fun anymore. You couldn't goof around anymore.
Yeah.
I was miserable. I'd show up, drink a coffee, cry.
Cry.
Yeah.
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 Sometimes you gotta let out a little cry. You see those people. You telling me if you woke up in the morning, you saw a line of 40 people outside the mall doors at 7 a.m., you wouldn't let out a little cry?
I'd let out a little.
I
cry.
might.
Yeah.
I used to be a big anti-cry guy,
I'm
but
sorry.
now I support.
Anti-cry?
Like yeah, I just like I feel like when I was like 12 years old, I had a coach tell me like to be a man means that you
Start
can't
crying.
You can't cry. You can't cry as a man. So I was
What happened to him?
I don't know. He's a dirtbag.
Dead.
He's probably
Yeah,
Alright.
he's probably dead.
No, I think the guy's still alive.
Drove into a nuclear plant, didn't
Dude,
he?
if anybody's like, be a man, you can't cry, they probably got a drinking problem by now.
Yeah,
I think this
Yeah, all
guy did have a
problem.
drinking problem. But then for like from when I was like 12 to like I don't know, probably like 22. Well, I think I realized that you could cry later in life. I'm getting
Yeah,
into,
well,
like, the
life
therapy
started to
side
get
of
worse.
things.
Yeah,
When
life
you're
started to
young,
get
you
worse.
almost have nothing to cry. Like if your life is good, you have nothing
There's
to
a
cry
lot more
about.
to
But
cry. There's a lot more to cry about now.
Yeah, like I got into like some real stuff, and I was like, man, maybe like crying's like kind of healthy.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, but I was
Yeah.
so like emotionally detached from myself. Like now, I feel like I'm more.
as
Yeah,
the
I don't
weight
know,
of the
that's
world
weird.
starts to bear on you, you really have a reason to cry.
Life
When-
problems.
True.
When you
Someone
hit
says,
25,
I'll give you a reason to cry. You're like, you know,
I already
I'm
have enough.
25. I've got enough.
Yeah.
I'm 25. I've never found the love of my life yet. I cry every night, man.
Or what if you have found the love of your life
And she's gone.
and she left?
God, it's so much worse.
Would that be way worse?
Why you're making me sad?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That is much worse. Let's veer back to the thing is, I cry about once a month. Me personally, I like mapped it out. It's
Once a
usually
month.
just like movies that do it. Every
Yeah.
time I watch Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Independence Day with Will Smith.
Not like
Yeah.
not like Marley and Me. It's Independence
Oh, I've
Day
never
for
seen
you?
that one. I don't care about dogs. It probably wouldn't do anything for me.
Oh really?
Oh.
Well, I mean, I think the dogs are okay. Let me not go on the record and say I don't care about
Yeah.
dogs. I
You
think
might
they're
get canceled.
fine.
No, dude, you are playing it up for the camera.
Whoa,
right now.
whoa! Don't say anything that I'm gonna.
Dude, you barely care about animals.
Bro, here's
Very
the thing. I don't
barely.
think they have souls. First of all, let me say that right off the bat. I don't think
Oh,
they have
we're
souls.
gonna get canceled.
And you know, I'm not an animal person. I'm a person. So if I have to get an animal to get a person, if I have to retain a person, if I need an animal, I'll get an animal. But I'm not going animal first. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean retain a person?
Yeah, what do you
Like
mean? Are you buying people?
If I'm in a marriage and it's like I have an ultimatum, either divorce or get a dog, I'm gonna get a dog.
That is a crazy
That would be
ultimatum.
Yeah, that's
You're in a weird relationship.
Your marriage, no,
that's
no,
that's
no,
the
no.
truest thing I've ever said.
No, if your
gentlemen,
marriage-
adult men that are in marriages, are you getting a dog to fix your marriage? I'd say 90% of the time. That's
No,
the-
dude.
That's why.
If your marriage is at the point where if you don't get a dog, she's gonna divorce you, it's probably time for a divorce.
Yeah, she's probably gonna leave anyways.
Yeah.
No, but
Then you got a dog to worry about. Might as well just get the divorce.
Yeah, how many divorced dogs are there? Probably tons.
Yeah,
There are a lot.
My friends just bought a divorced dog actually.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, like the couple got divorced and they were selling their dog super cheap. So my friends literally just went and bought
How
him
do you
Sunday.
even sell a dog? I feel like I would be attached to it.
Hey, do you want this
you'd have to go
dog?
to court for it.
Yeah, sure. That's usually how it
Yeah,
goes.
some people just be taking dogs.
I couldn't sell
Not
a
me.
dog. I'm too. I get too attached to
Me
things.
Me too.
Like people.
Not
Max
me.
could sell a dog though. That's the point. That
Yeah, I
let's
probably
circle
could.
back. He would sell his dog immediately.
Well, yeah.
Would you
I'm
sell
like-
yourself, Max?
And that's not even bad. Doesn't make you a bad person. It's just,
In what context?
Like I'd say, like sell yourself for like physical labor.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
no. Yeah. I mean,
That's work, right?
any job is. Yeah, any
Everybody's
job.
Yeah, I just don't know the way you guys are kind of taking
I
that.
personally
but-
don't love it. I don't. You know, I don't like having a boss. But
I mean,
you could not have a boss if you did OnlyFans.
yeah,
no, technically you still
yeah,
work for OnlyFans.
Technically, I wouldn't have a boss, but it's the weight of the work that I think would destroy me.
Yeah.
Fair.
The
It's
weight,
giving
the
up
weight
my-
of it.
Giving up my soul for a dollar.
You don't have to.
No, it'd be like $5 a month.
Oh, it's all tasteful.
Yeah, some of it's
Well,
tasteful.
You could just like play guitar. Wasn't it like I thought
all
I
over
heard
the
this
clothes.
somewhere. Like you just play guitar on there or something like.
yeah, you could
fully
do some
clothed.
riffs.
Yeah.
You could play guitar naked.
Ooh,
You could do that too and have the guitar just cover you up and just.
We
it
could
that
play
way.
guitar.
First
naked.
of all, I can't. The naked is the problem. I wouldn't do that. Secondly, I can't play guitar.
Oh.
That and
well, you
know,
can get naked. At
I've
least
seen
you're
you-
halfway
I've
there.
seen you rip a mean uke.
Oh.
I'm all right on the uke. I can play guitar and ukulele. If you don't know how to do those things, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, if you have
Everyone's
no
clueless.
idea how to do that, and you see me playing it, you're like, oh yeah, he could play it. But if you know how to play it, you're like, yeah, he doesn't know how to play it.
Yeah.
So I have a very, very baseline, borderline instrument.
I used to think that was the way to get girls was like I'm just gonna learn how to play guitar and I'll get a girlfriend immediately.
Oh, it definitely is. It's definitely
Hey,
why I don't have a girlfriend. 'Cause I never picked
speaking
up
of
guitar.
that, speaking of that,
Maybe I should give that a try.
I'm about to buy a guitar and learn how to play guitar.
No, you're not.
Oh, you don't
I
have a
swear.
girlfriend?
For what?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Well, honestly, I just want to do it. I'm kind of getting sick of video games as I get older.
Dude, you always say this.
I really do, though. I get tired of it, and I want to do something else that maybe that might be a little more productive.
Hit a little run
Sorry.
sesh.
A little
Hit a
riff.
little run sesh.
A run sesh?
Yeah, hit a little jog.
I can't. There's no way.
You can do it.
No. Too much work. I'll learn how to play guitar instead from scratch.
I like running. It clears my head.
Running, I hate it.
I hate it too.
I like lifting.
I like the feeling afterwards.
Yeah.
Not me.
I can only do about a
I
mile. though.
die.
Mile and a half.
We ran a 5K a couple weeks ago, and I literally thought I was gonna die.
Well, did you prepare for it?
Not at all.
Yeah, that's probably why. What is a 5K? That's like 3 miles?
Yeah.
3.1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awful.
Why is it called a 5K?
5
Europeans.
kilometers.
Yeah.
I thought kilometers are more than what. Maybe we need to go back to school.
Nah, they're less. No, we don't learn any of that. We didn't learn any of that. This is America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't learn
unfortunately.
kilometers?
Unfortunately,
I
did learn
don't even think I
that.
learned miles. I think that you just automatically know what a mile is.
I still have trouble visualizing how much a mile is unless like I think about like I don't know, Google Maps or something like that. You know what I mean? I can't like visualize
Oh,
what a
yeah.
mile is.
Yeah, my problem is I can't visualize inches.
I can, that's for sure.
Isn't it? Right,
Like your
that's an inch.
thumb?
The
Yeah.
thumb.
I mean, my thumb.
Well,
What
my
is that?
thumb's
Like
from-
7?
I mean,
that's probably 7 inches.
That's
my
that's
thumb.
around like
Yeah, I
8.
would say so.
I'd say that's around 8.
I mean, it's
say
so.
massive. People
Right
tell me
here,
I got huge thumbs.
That's about
Yeah,
9 or
that's-
10
I would say
inches.
so.
Right?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I would
Yeah.
say
That's almost
that.
a foot.
What is Jake?
Yeah.
Jake, can hold that up
I'd
one more
agree,
time.
yeah.
I'd say that's probably more than enough.
Oh,
Like-
it's certainly an adequate amount.
Like that is a lot of
Sure.
inches. You're working
It's a
with a
ton.
lot.
That's actually huge.
Yeah, if you think about it.
Mhm.
If you really do, yeah. So let me ask you this: did you guys like the popcorn at the theater? Because some people didn't.
I loved it.
I thought it was
liked it.
great. Oh, well, I got sick of it working there, but
That's probably because you kept on taking cone cups and scooping up popcorn during the
yeah,
shift.
I would eat it. Well, I would eat it out of the trash too.
I
I probably
you
wouldn't eat
would.
out of the trash now. Well,
Would you
I
really?
don't eat out of the trash now,
Mm.
but back then I would just grab full handfuls out of the trash. I didn't give a frick.
Yeah, I saw you finish off someone's Diet Coke that was half empty.
No, I wouldn't. Someone put their mouth on. I wouldn't finish off. But
I did one time myself and another employee who wasn't here, one of the boys, we grabbed a jumbo tub that was like it was on a seat, we dumped it out and then just refilled it.
yeah,
And
it was
ate it.
easy. You wash them.
Yeah.
You just grab it, wash it like it's a
Take
it's a dish.
I don't think we actually wiped it down. But we're like, yeah, we'll just grab a wipe and wipe it down, and then put popcorn. We just dumped it and put popcorn in it. But
We used to double oil those suckers.
Oh,
Let me tell you this: double, triple oil that popcorn.
Oh my
which you're not
gosh.
supposed to do because it like destroys the machine.
We did it so much.
The best piece of popcorn you'll ever eat in your entire life is when it pops in the grease, triple oil. It pops in the grease. It's just left the kernel, hasn't touched anything. You catch it in your mouth. Has not been contaminated by anything, just air. And you catch it and it's boiling and it'll burn your tongue. The best piece of popcorn you'll ever eat.
You want to know one of the best mistakes we ever made?
What?
Oh, well, some idiot decided to put, instead of oil into the popcorn thing, they put a Mountain Dew.
No way.
Who did that?
Wait.
Dox him.
There's wait, was it somebody here?
No, I'm pretty sure Cody was there. I'm pretty sure you were working there at the
I
time.
don't know if I was there that
And
day,
somebody
though.
attached a Mountain Dew to
Like
the
on accident?
to the oil, and it was green popcorn, and it actually tasted pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think
How
I
did
was
that
there.
not
I would-
destroy the
I would
machine?
remember that.
It almost. I
did.
think it was so hot that it didn't do anything.
That's incredible.
It was pretty good, but it had to be deep cleaned after, and it was out of service for quite some time. But
Yeah.
it tasted just like Mountain Dew.
Wow.
It was delicious.
I was there with a manager
That's
one time
nasty.
where we.
It was.
That's so
where,
gross.
so you're only supposed to put put oil in at once or like one oil. We were trying to see how many we could get. And
Oh,
I
we
was there
went to
with the
6
manager.
once.
I
Just
think.
got better and better.
Yeah, I think we got up to 9. And it was making some weird noises.
Nine?
Yeah, no, we did
Smoking?
some crazy
Yeah.
stuff back then.
One
It
time.
wasn't that good either. It
It was
like
always
too much.
over.
Oh well, there you go.
3 oils was my
Three,
max.
three's prime, I
Yeah.
guess. Three's delicious.
If you work there now, 3 oils.
I don't even think you can now. It's
the
a different
crazy
machine.
stuff,
Oh,
the
really?
crazy stuff that like would get us like in trouble. Usually, a manager would supervise us doing it.
Doing-
You guys ever
yeah.
think about that?
Yes.
Yeah, we won't say their names, but yeah, remind me of their names.
Oh,
Okay.
hey.
Dude, I look back.
Just
The manager's name that you just said,
Yeah.
I hope you bleep it out. But the name that he
Yeah,
just
maybe.
said was like a necessary evil. Like you had to
Oh,
have people
yeah.
that like
Yeah.
took their
That
job
just
serious.
sucked.
that
They
was
took
like
they
your
took
enemy.
a fit 12. What was it back then? $12 an hour as a manager. They
Jeez
took
Louise.
it like a $35 an hour job.
Yeah.
And then what was the one? You're gonna bleep this out. When
You think I'll bleep it out, but
when we
You have
would
a lot
throw
of
the
editing
wipe
to do.
canisters, we threw the wipe canisters on top
Oh,
of the
yes.
theaters.
That was just
Yeah.
we were just bad workers.
We were- okay, that was
just
terrible.
terrible.
I threw
We
somebody
throw
up
it up there, and then he got really angry one day. He went up there. He said there was 8 things, not just like a wipe can, not just.
No,
like,
yeah, this is what it
no,
was.
I'm talking about a
Cases.
pack of 9.
Cases.
No, that- it was-
Yep.
a pack
They would
of
throw
9.
cases up there.
Yes, and then
It
he
was you
said the
and me.
next time someone does it,
It was, why are you talking like it wasn't you? It was you and me that did
it was you guys. It was you guys. And the worst part was the day they took him down. He said the next one that goes up there, you guys are getting fired. Whoever's doing it. The next day there was one up there.
What? Yeah, let me clarify. Let me clarify. So above the theaters, in some of the theaters, there's these ledges for the projectors, and we'd clean every seat in the theater with these wipe canisters. And people would, once the canisters were done, they'd throw them up on the theater on the ledge, or sometimes when they weren't done, they'd just throw them. And then one time I came in with a brand new 12 pack of wipes. It's like 12 wipe canisters, and I was like, Brendan, hey, grab this and chuck it up there, like 12 new canisters of wipes, and he did that, and it.
No,
And
no.
the
The
managers
exact
were
way
pissed.
you said was, "Hey, you should." It was like the day after this happened too. We got yelled at and said, "You'll get fired." And he's like, "Yo, you should totally throw these up there." And I was like, "No, I'm not doing that." Took it and threw it up there with 0 regret.
Well, they tell everyone, they throw it in the group chat, the work group chat. Like, if we find out who's doing this, they're fired. Well, the thing is that now you've just told everyone, no one's gonna,
Do
now
it.
you're
Up,
definitely
yeah.
not gonna figure out who it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, except for we'd see those messages and then still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody I feel like our group knew that we were all doing it, and we were
Yeah.
like doing it together, but nobody would rat on
Yeah.
each other. We were like, we got you guys.
One
Yeah.
time, that happened, one of the managers sent a picture of something that was destroyed. Someone went up and destroyed this box, like beat the crap out of this cardboard box, which isn't that big of a deal.
The culprit's here, by the way.
The culprit is
The culprit is sitting with us. He's among us right now.
Yeah, see if you can figure out who it is. We'll let you guess.
This was a witch hunt too. Like I'm talking,
big.
I'm talking. They incentivized it. If you rat who it was, we'll give you a gift card.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like it was
Yeah.
like one of those
I feel
things
like that's
for
illegal.
an empty cardboard
It probably
box.
is. But me and Jake, we were sitting like in the back of the theater. We were sitting down, and we were both looking at our phones. And the manager said this, and I went, "Oh crap, dude, we're in trouble." And he goes, "Oh shoot!" I looked at him. I was like, "I don't even remember doing that." He was like, "Neither do I." And I was like, "Did we do that?" He's like, "No, I don't think we did." And it went on for like months, and like no one knew.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was it was insane.
It was a witch hunt. Everyone
Yeah.
thought it was you guys. You,
Yeah, you
We
guys
thought it
did
was
the-
us.
We thought it was us. Like, it makes sense. It feels like some goofy that we would do, like break a box for no reason. You know what I
I
mean?
think your guys' exact response was, "I really don't know."
Yeah,
It could have
like-
been.
It could have been
Yeah.
us. I don't remember, though. I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
didn't
That was
they
my
go-
response.
Didn't they
Yeah,
go
'cause-
directly to you guys? And
Yeah.
ask,
Yeah, they did. We're like,
was it you guys?
I was like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, I think I would probably do that, but I don't think I did.
I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I remember Cody asking you guys that, and I was like,
No, Cody didn't ask me because Cody did it.
I did.
no. I'm pretty sure you were with another supervisor, but you asked Jake and Max if they did it, but like we're smiling
Oh, I might have.
because I think it wasn't your idea to go ask them. I think it was their idea. They were like, "Yeah, Cody, come with me," and you're like, "All right."
Yeah. So I was up there with another employee, one of our friends, and I forget exactly how it happened. But there's just a cardboard box, and we like knocked something off, and it poked a hole in the box. I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." So we threw a couple things in the box and poked a couple holes in a cardboard box, and this cardboard box became a witch hunt.
Yeah.
It was a big deal at the time because apparently that box was for like the wrong sized
Cups, and they had
cups.
Yeah, and it had to be
had
returned.
They had to be returned, and then like they went to return it, and the box was destroyed.
It was
And one of the
obliterated.
managers was like super upset about it, but like the GM was like, "Yeah, this is not a big deal." Like
Yeah,
I
like-
remember talking to the GM, he was like, "I have no idea why the managers are so upset. Like this isn't a big deal at all." Like,
He was probably trying to lower your guard. Be
Yeah.
like, oh, in that case, I did that.
oh yeah, oh, thank God because it was me.
He goes, got you, bro.
Yeah, cuffs on you.
Like, couldn't you just take the cups out of the cups from the right size cups out of a different box and put the wrong size cups in that box? and
That's
just
too
send it
much
back?
thinking
Or
for
just
$12 an hour.
or just use
Yeah,
them.
that's a good point. Yeah.
Like, so people are getting a little more pop, right?
no, that half ounce of pop. We're losing $30.
That's crazy. But I was ready to take that to my grave because they were so. Like,
Oh, you would've got
I told
fired.
you guys like a year ago.
You took.
I
Yeah,
was
it
the
wasn't
supervisor
that.
when it
years
happened, so I
after.
wasn't even like years after.
You were ready to take that to your grave.
Because I was like, I can't tell anybody. Because the other employee who I was with, he left. Like, he quit like just after that, so he didn't care. He was like, whatever. But I don't think he told anybody either.
Yeah. Out of all the things I've ever done there, some of them like definitely I should have gotten fired for, or definitely it was property damage, and definitely it was a waste of time.
It most certainly.
Definitely was stuff I shouldn't have been doing on the job. It was like that. Like that was a small thing that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, one of the best. I think this was nothing bad, but those theater bulbs, the projector bulbs,
Oh yeah.
when they would give them to us after they die, and we would go to the dumpsters and like with 20 of them.
So what he's talking about is the projector bulbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the normal lights.
Projector bulbs.
Yeah,
here it
projector
is.
bulbs.
Projector bulbs have a special gas in them that is very pressurized. Like the bulbs are super pressurized.
It's like those ones
And-
you find in schools, the tube ones.
No.
Tube
Yeah.
ones.
It's, yeah. But way
Kinda,
more.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
pressure in the bulb.
And they're super pressurized, and each projector only has like a certain amount of hours. I can't remember the hours.
It's like 30,000 or something.
Yeah, but that they can run, and then like you have to get a new bulb because that one's gonna burn out, or the gas, or something with the gas. But anyways, when they would give them to us, we would take them out back and like explode them in the dumpsters.
We'd hook shot them, shoot them. We would
because-
jump shot them into the dumpster and
because
they'd blow up.
They were so pressurized; it was like a glass grenade going off. I have a video
I'll put
Yeah,
the
we-
video in.
of Cody throwing one and going frag out, and it just boom, and you can hear it ringing because it explodes. It was so awesome. Ready? Yeah. Frag out. That is what my 18-year-old brain needed, dude. Going to work.
It was awesome.
That was
It
the
was
best day
it
at
was
work.
fantastic.
It was the best day at work. Okay, come on, guys. We get to take out trash. We were so excited, and boom, boom, boom.
And we'd do this all the time. And then, like, after we probably did this like 10 times, the guy who takes the bulbs out was like, yeah, if you drop these next to your leg, these will blow your leg off. Like, these are not safe.
Yeah, I don't know who said that, but I don't think
It
that's
would
true.
not have blown your leg off. It would definitely cut you up bad.
It would be funnier if that guy had no legs too, and that's how it happened.
That would be funnier. And- oh, yeah. And then the guy that would change the light bulbs, he was in a wheelchair because he got his legs blown off.
Yeah.
He dropped one when he was
Yeah.
taking it out. He just ate some popcorn. His hands were greasy.
Yeah, he was slipping. Thing is, he was dipping his fingers in the oil and changing the light bulbs, and dude blew his hand off. Now he's got a hook.
Hey, can we talk about who the culprit was for the pop boxes on top of the mall?
I never did. I don't think I did that once. That was always
Oh.
insane to me.
So I don't think I
probably
was.
did.
I think I was there. I don't know if I threw one.
I know who it was.
I know
It's someone who shares the same name with you. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, we know
Somebody
who it
who has
is.
the
You don't
same
need
name
to.
as me.
Why
But it
can't-
wasn't just him.
Now they're gonna know.
Oh. Sorry. Well, he said it first.
All right.
Well,
Well,
but,
no one
we
knows
work
who
with a
it
bunch
is.
of people there with that name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tons of people there with that name.
But
At least 2.
I don't even know
There was another one before us.
Oh, then we're good.
Yeah.
the
it was
pure
him,
strength
actually.
they would
Plus, you gotta
take.
give a frick.
It took a lot of effort to get those up there.
Okay, I'll be honest. I did throw one up.
Like these pop box, I mean, the pop boxes were empty, but there was always a little bit of syrup.
Syrup left in.
So it'd be like a couple. I feel like 2-3 pounds.
and it wasn't that much.
It'd probably be like what, a pound or two.
Pound, yeah.
And you're throwing this. I'm talking 20, 25 feet in the air,
More than that.
30, 30
Really
feet
high.
onto the mall roof.
Like,
Yeah.
But I remember when the mall security first came to the managers, because I was in front of him when it happened, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know how, but these syrup boxes, there's like 20 of
I don't
them.
know how.
There's like 20 of
think
them on the roof." And our GM was like, "What? Like, how is that even possible?" And I remember them saying, like, yeah, in the group chat, whoever does it again, we're gonna have to let you go. This is not okay. The mall's getting mad. And the next day there was like 5 more of them.
dude,
That's how
I can't
everything
remember.
went.
Maybe it was the syrup boxes, but I remember the GM coming up to me and going like, "We can't be throwing anything on the roof anymore." And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
we.
I was standing next to you when that
we
happened.
can't be throwing anything else on the roof.
He was like, he was like, and he was just like, "Come on, man." And I was like, "Yeah, my bad." He was like, "Just stop." And I was like, "Okay."
That was
man,
like
I'm
right
sorry."
when we started. I don't think
Yeah.
we were doing that.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, I remember
I
who
mean,
was
we
doing
definitely
that.
did way worse after, but that was like right when we
Oh, wow.
started.
Because you guys started before me, and I think the people who were doing it originally were before you.
Were before
I
us.
came in after, and then they brought me in on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
We
I know
transferred
who
a lot
was,
of it.
yeah.
We transferred a lot of it to you guys.
That's the thing. When we got hired, it was just boys who would F around like crazy. So we were like, all right, let's F around. But then all those boys left, and it ended up just being like a couple of us. And,
Yeah.
and people would just get so pissed off at us.
Yeah.
And that's how I was like taught to do the job. Like,
I mean, I'm not going to lie. We did some crazy stuff, but
yeah, definitely.
other people did crazier things than us. Throwing the broom at the movie screen and denting it.
Yeah, I once watched someone, I won't say who it was, but I once watched someone grab a broom and chuck it through a screen.
That was crazy. I still remember that.
That's
I was like,
insane.
"Oh, this guy's getting fired,"
Yeah.
and he never got fired.
He never got fired.
I saw one hit a screen and like dent it. I never saw one
Yeah.
go through.
I
didn't
saw
throw it.
both. I saw the dent.
Like
and
there was
go
like some
through.
things. There was just like certain things that you don't play with at the
Yeah.
theater.
That was
One
like a
was the
we
music
wouldn't do
you
that.
never
Yeah.
touch a projector.
Never the
you never,
projectors.
You never f with the computers.
Yeah.
You,
All the
and
expensive
you
stuff you
never
leave
touch a
on.
screen
Mm-hmm.
and the seats usually.
Yeah.
Like you just don't mess with the stuff that
You
The
just, lifted, you
seats.
just lifted the seats up to look for money. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, why is it taking it so long to clean the theater? You have a pocket full of change.
you just got a
$5
$20
in
pay
there.
raise.
One time I was standing in a theater and I saw money under the chair and I immediately grabbed it and pocketed it, and Tristan walks in And he goes, "You just
Before he
found
was a
money?"
manager?
No, he was a manager.
Oh.
He goes, "You just found money?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "How much?" I go, $5. I didn't even look at it. I just pocketed it. And I looked at it later, and it was $60.
My God.
Hey.
And I immediately went to GameStop and bought a game.
Dude, something's wrong
Hey,
with you. I
as
would
a-
feel bad. I feel like that's wrong.
As a
I
manager,
didn't know how much money it was.
As
I
a man-
pocketed that crap.
when I was a manager, you would get all the money that people would find would come to you.
Mm-hmm.
We found $2,000 one time.
Oh my gosh.
Who carries $2,000?
Drug dealers.
Drug, yeah. It's
Well,
only,
here's
he's
the
only
thing.
one, it's a
Or
drug
real
dealer.
estate.
They never came back for it.
No way.
Drug
Yeah,
dealer for
they never
sure.
came back
crazy.
for it. I pocketed $200.
Probably
once,
getting high on their own
not gonna lie.
supply. I didn't realize
You
they dropped it.
pocketed it?
Yeah, I pocketed
Nice, bro.
$200.
You guys are just-
My rule was this.
You could no.
My
no.
rule was this.
Please go off.
If they came back for it, I would give it back.
Oh yeah. Well,
I have
well,
given
duh.
I've given back $100, $80, stuff like that. They never came back ever for the $200.
200.
Yeah,
Dude,
Well, what are you gonna do?
but I was a black shirt. I was not a manager. If I was a manager, I would have done.
my conscience wouldn't let me take large sums of money. Like
Yeah,
if-
well, I was
'cause what
making
the rule?
$8
It
an
was like
hour.
above 10. Like you had to give it.
15, I think, or 20.
It was something like that, but then if it didn't get claimed, you got it.
Then, yeah,
Yeah.
but like the big numbers, like I think me and you, Cody, found, and it was in a money clip, $250 once. You remember that?
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my God. And we were just sitting there. And I was like, we got to turn it in. You were like,
Yeah.
yeah,
We gotta
turn
smoke
it
this. We've got to smoke this. Bro, what are you talking about? It's cash.
We got to figure out how to smoke this.
So I think we were like, somebody's got to come back for this. Like,
And they
somebody's
did.
Yeah.
They did. Like
Yeah.
2 hours later, they were like, we lost money. And it was like, okay, now I feel like a good person.
Yeah, I've
put
never
some money
lied
to
and
it.
not given their money back. Let me clarify that. No one's ever came back and
That'd
be
be
like,
insane.
yeah,
I
no, I didn't
did-
find it.
I went through the right channels to get them, but the new AirPods, like when they first came
Oh
out,
my gosh.
the new like
Yeah.
AirPod 2s or whatever,
Yeah,
not the
you're talking
long
about-
ones. After like 2 months of someone not coming to get them, like I got them, like because I
Nice.
just asked and I was like, hey, can I have these? They were like, yeah, we'll let you have it, but we gotta wait like another month. And I was like, cool. And then the month comes and I get them, and then like a week later, I'm like talking to one of our managers about it. I'm like, yeah, dude, I got AirPods, blah blah blah. Like it was super cool that the GM let me have them. And he was like, that's weird. We just got a call about someone looking for some AirPod Pros. And I'm like, no way. Like, I felt bad, dude. I was like, what if it was the ones I found? But who knows, man.
Hey guys, thank you so much for downloading DraftKings. Make sure you place a
we
bet this weekend. For
Don't have that sponsor. That's not our sponsor.
What do you guys think about gambling?
I think anything done in
It's a waste
moderation
of
is
money.
good.
I think it's fine. Yeah, if you do it too
If
much.
you
it's
enjoy
fine,
it, I think. Do you count like poker and stuff as gambling? Yeah, I guess it's a sense.
Poker's a little
Are
bit
you
more
gambling?
skill.
I mean,
I count gambling
I
as
don't-
gambling. If you're putting money into it, it's gambling.
Yes, yeah, that's a stupid question.
I think
Yeah, it's not a stupid question. It's a stupid person.
That was hurtful.
Yeah, you're lucky you're on the far end of the couch, because if I could swing hands right now, I would.
Yeah, guys, make sure you sign up for BetterHelp. It's really
No,
helping
that's
me.
not the sponsor. That's not the sponsor. We're doing a little sponsor. Yeah, we have a sponsor. If I haven't mentioned it before, I'm trying to buy a Lego lightsaber, a real Lego lightsaber. So please click the link, download this app, and please use my code, because I'm trying to buy a Lego lightsaber. This is the Folia app. If you need to track your health, your mental health, your physical health, or keep doctor's appointments straight, or just, keep a general mental health schedule. If you want to track your mental health, it's good for your therapists. If you want to be like, I got to go to therapy, or I got to go to the doctor, but I don't know how I've been, you show them this app and be like, oh, you've been bad. And they say, or in a professional way, they would say that, right? They wouldn't say, oh, you bad. They'd be like, oh, it seems like you're not doing well because you've been tracking it. You say you haven't been eating right. If you want to track your eating habits and your sleeping habits and your pills and all that, do it in the Folia app. Use my code because I'm trying to buy a Lego lightsaber. Okay, back to the podcast.
That reminded me of a story that so Max and I were working. I think it was we were ushers. I might have been a supervisor at the time. I'm not sure.
You were. I remember.
So I probably should have been the person who broke this up, but after we explained it. But a lot of times when the movie was getting over, like the credits would come on. Maybe we would come in a couple minutes early because we had it timed out, kind of like and if there wasn't a lot of people, you could start to clean early, or if there was nobody. Or you could clean the back rows. But I just walked in and kind of checked the theater to see kind of where people were at. And I looked to my left, and there's 2 seats in the corner. and I just see like a pair of white legs up in the air, and there's a man.
That'll be more important later.
There's a man who he looks like he has his head in between this woman's legs, and I'm like,
Turns out he does.
turns out he does.
Spoiler alert.
I'm kind of like, wait, like just kind of taken aback. Like there's people sitting, like there's like a family sitting in the room.
Yeah, no, this was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a kids movie. This
Yeah,
was
it
not
a
like
family movie.
an
It was like
adult
Paddington
rated
or
R
something.
movie.
Yeah. And so I'm like, what is going on? So immediately I turn around, like as a supervisor, maybe I should have taken charge of the situation and been like, hey, what are you guys doing? I turn around, I'm like, hey Max, come look at this. I'm like, what do you think's going on?
And I overhear you say that, and I go in there too.
Yeah, we both look at each other like,
you turn your flashlight on.
yeah. Well, first we went out in the lobby we went out in the lobby to talk
yeah.
about it.
Discuss the game
I was like,
plan.
is that what's going on in there? And there was like 10 dudes outside waiting for the theater, and we were all like, hey, yo, come check this out. And we all went in there one by one, looked in there and like,
oh my gosh.
and then we went in there and I whipped my flashlight out to kick them out.
Yeah, you got to wait. No, tell me the exact way. All right, here I am.
All right, we'll do it.
This is me like getting at. Just pretend I'm the person,
You're getting
right?
active.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend. What do you want me to do?
No, pretend like you got. There you go.
Okay, with the flashlight. I thought you meant like...
So like,
Flashlight.
I'm not gonna pretend like I'm eating box, but like pretend I'm just like I'm over here just.
Yeah, so I walk in there and I turn my flashlight on. I'm like, you guys gotta go. And this dude has I turn the flashlight on first and he's still just going at it. And I'm like, yo, you guys gotta go. And he whips his head around, revealing everything.
Oh my god.
And my flashlight went on, and this dude was either really sweaty or just like covered in
Sweat.
Liquids.
liquids
Sweat.
or substance or something, and he was glistening so bad, and he couldn't see me, and his eyes weren't like dilated to the light, so it was literally like a deer in headlights. He's like, okay, and then
Can I tell you the best part of this entire story though?
all right.
The
Thought
best
that was
part
the best
is
part, but-
no. That was a good part, but when the lady that was
Yeah.
involved left her ID,
Yeah, she left
And
her ID
had
and
to
she had to
come
come
back
back the
and
next
look
day
at
and get
us.
it. And they were like 50 years old.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't
they were like
These
50.
weren't kids.
We
These
thought
are
they
like
were at first. We were like,
straight up
you couldn't see the people. We were like,
perverts.
oh, it's like
They're
it's like
straight up sex offenders.
you guys have a home together. Just do this at home.
The thing is, they probably didn't. They were probably
in a fair
a little extracurricular. Yeah.
You think so?
Why else would you go to a movie theater?
in a pack.
A little fun.
Yeah, that is insane.
Yeah, I thought
The
the
thrill.
funniest part was the fact that you turn your flashlight on, he turns his head around, and she still has your legs up.
I remember
and
that.
Didn't move, and we were all like,
That
Yeah.
is engraved
"Cover
into my
yourself
brain.
up, please."
Yeah, I mean, I guess they probably both had their eyes closed.
That was engraved
weren't
into my brain.
responding.
Yeah.
They probably just thought it was the movie.
It was always so weird, like to break up people doing like sexual activities in a movie theater because
Yeah.
like
Oh.
you felt it was weird. It was like, okay, I'm not supposed to be seeing this. This is like an intimate thing, but at the same time, it's like my job to go and make sure like people
Yeah.
aren't.
They're nice seats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
as soon as I became a
These are nice
manager,
seats. I mean, these are nice.
Like
I mean,
5
I get
times
it.
that.
yeah, dude. I think we only know this, and it's not weird because we worked at movie theaters. It like actually happens a lot. Like
A
it's
lot.
not,
A lot.
It's not like a haha. Like
Yeah.
no, it's a ton.
Yeah.
To me, it depends on like when in the movie or what movie, where you
I
are in
mean,
the theater.
Definitely not
If
a kids
it's-
movie. Don't
For
ever do
me-
it
Not a
a kids
kids
movie.
For
And
me,
if
it was
there's
always
people in there, don't
it was
do it.
always Interstellar for me. When they're in the corn, they just
What? Wait, what are you talking about? You're talking about when you would not working at the theater, but in the act.
honestly, I think I'm gonna leave this one open in interpretation here.
Okay,
Wow.
in the corn.
No, but when I became a manager, when you would close, you'd get out at like 3 a.m. because you had to stay there and wait for all the theaters to
Yeah.
go out. My first week, I saw 2 right off the bat,
Mm.
but it was also during February, like around Valentine's Day.
Okay, so give me
So
a pass.
it was kind of expected, but one of our friends, his name's on the wall right there. Wait, where's it at? The big one. He's a manager too.
Oh yeah. Oh, you caught him.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, no, he was. We were working together and doing like he was training me for a close shift. It was like 2 a.m. and it was near Valentine's Day. And we go into a theater. It was only them. They got in. They were like those people that come in late. They knock on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 11:10. We're closing the doors.
Yeah.
Please let us in. Right? We let them in. We even gave them popcorn. I kid you not. We walk into that theater and they're both butt naked,
No way.
no clothes at all.
Oh, that's
Going
amazing.
at it. We turned on the entire lights, and he kind of just took control of the situation and said, "Don't you guys ever come back here again."
No way.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would always take charge, and he's
Yeah, he loved it.
we could say it's Jacob Blake. He's gonna be on the pod, so
Yeah, no, he's a great guy.
if he's telling you to stop doing something, you pretty much listen to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's,
Yes, sir.
Assertive.
Yeah, very assertive. He's a gentle giant, but like when he's serious, bro, it can get scary because he's just he's massive.
Oh,
He
one
means what he
time,
says.
we were running out of brooms at the theater. We would always sweep popcorn with these little brooms, and they would just break sometimes.
Just be terrible.
And one time,
Horrible rooms.
there was like a broom shortage, and we had only like 3 or 4 brooms left. And Jake was like swinging one around. He threw it at the ground, and it snapped in half. You remember this?
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Continue.
we were just messing around. You
Yeah.
snapped it in half on accident.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have been as pissed off, I think, if there wasn't like 3 or 4, and we actually couldn't do our jobs
Yeah.
without brooms because that was our only job.
That was the foundation of our job.
Yeah, but still between like 10 ushers, we only had like 3 or 4 brooms to clean the theaters with. And you were swinging around, you broke it in half, and Jacob Blake came in the theater. He goes, "Who did this?" And you were like, "That was me, but it was an accident." And he's like, "I still got to write you up."
I remember this.
And I was like, I went to defend you. I was like, "No, bro, it was an accident. Like, I was here. Like, I know we messed around a lot, but it was an accident." I go, "All he did was this." And I threw it to the ground, and it snapped in half.
I do remember that.
And he goes, "Yeah, you're getting written up too." I go, "That's fair. That's fair."
See, now that one was on purpose.
Only for
Dude,
demonstration purposes. But
It was Theater 5, I think, right?
It was, yeah.
We were in theater
Because I was in the front sweeping when all this happened,
Yeah, dude.
and all I hear is, "I gotta write you up," and then no, it was an accident, and then I hear.
and I was amazed that it broke because I'd never seen him snap that easily.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great. It was like they do not break like
Yeah.
that ever. And then
I was
you throw
like,
it on the
"Huh."
ground and bam, it broke.
I go, "Well, there you go."
Yeah. Dude,
Hey,
I said that was a
Go
freak
ahead.
accident. I have no idea how that happened.
You remember the running gag? It was mostly me and you would do, is we would take as many brooms as we could, and we would hide them in a theater that was coming up like 3, like it was getting out like an hour from now, and
Yeah.
we'd slowly put as many brooms and stuff as we could, and people would be like, "There's no more there's nothing to sweep with," and like, but me and you would have one, and we're like, "I don't know what you guys are talking about," and then we'd eventually get to that theater.
guys, hurry up! Theater 8's getting out. It's like 2 hours away.
The whole back of Theater 8 or something would just be full of brooms, like way too many.
And we worked with idiots because the first time we did it, they were like, "Oh, we must have put him in here thinking it was getting out." But then after like 3 or 4 times of us doing that, they're like, "Someone's putting these in here."
Bro, hey, do you remember? He's a GM now, but
Oh,
remember
yeah.
when he first got hired, and we would tell him we had a lot of geese outside.
I
of
think
the
we should have him
theater.
on the podcast.
We should. That'd be really funny. But there would always be a lot of geese outside during I don't even know when it was spring or something.
Spring, yeah.
So right when he got hired, it's like first day. I don't even know who told him it. Was it one of you guys?
It was me and Jake.
Yes.
Yeah, it was you and Jake. You went up to him and was like, "Yeah, part of the job. It's just part of the job, man. You got to go out there and scare all those geese away."
Yeah.
And he believed him, and so he would run out there, scare the geese away. You guys would just be sitting there dying laughing as he's scaring the geese.
Dude, I think
Well-
this story was embellished a little bit because I don't remember him
embellished a little bit. He did it.
running out there. He would like
Yeah.
walk out
No,
there.
We
he
went out
wasn't
there.
actually running. Yeah, he was. He went out there to scare them
Yeah.
off.
And we would lure him in. We'd dump popcorn all over the yard to lure the birds in. Be like, "Yeah," we'd be like, "Yeah, the owner hates it when these birds come out here, so we got to go out here and just shoo them away." And we played it completely straight. That's the thing. For some reason, when they would ask me and Jake to train, which we were the worst workers at the theater. I don't know
No,
Why
why.
did
hold on,
they
hold
ask
on.
you to?
We weren't the worst
No.
workers. We knew how to do our job. We just goofed around.
Oh,
a
we
lot.
just went out of our way not to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys intentionally didn't do your job.
So I would train people on stuff that absolutely was not a thing.
Oh, I gotta say my favorite story right now. I have to
Wait,
say.
let me finish the bird one. Let me finish
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So we would be like, yeah, the owner makes us clear these birds out here. We only got to do about once a day, or if you see them out there. And he's like, oh really? And we're like, yeah. And then the rumor spread around the theater. We're like, yeah, we got to get these birds out of here. And everybody would always go up to him for months and be like, you get those birds? And then it got all the way through the managers up to the owner of the company. He goes, hey, you got to get the birds out of there. This is the owner of the company to this kid.
Poor guy, dude.
And then eventually this kid got promoted to manager, and now he's the GM, and he fired me.
And I'm thinking,
And I think it was because it was like day one, I made him like the butt of the joke, and for months people would make fun of him, and then soon as he got promoted to manager, he got fired me. So,
The last thing I heard the last thing he said to you was, "Gotta go get them birds."
hey, go catch some birds.
Yeah, gotta
Yeah,
get
he
some
did.
birds.
I didn't know.
yeah, he did.
All right, the funny story. Remember when we'd always get new people there, come and go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They told you, they just gave it. They didn't really tell us to train people. They kind of just threw them in there to
Yeah.
us, and we would just we'd see them not knowing what they're doing. So it was me, you, I think Jake and Cody in a theater. And the new guy comes in and he's like,
Oh.
Max looks him dead in the eye and goes, "You ever been taught how to wipe down a seat?"
Oh, it was deep clean. No, it was
Deep clean,
cup
deep
holder.
clean.
I told him we need to deep clean cup holder.
And, I was like,
which is not a
oh
job.
no. So Max takes an entire brand new white bottle.
Which is what, like probably $10 worth of wipes.
No,
I'm
we got
talking
wholesale.
I'm
It's
talking
not
like
$10.
100 sheets of white, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
You're
all
supposed to
rolled
use
up, all
two.
rolled up.
There's like a rule to conserve.
Two,
You're supposed
yeah.
to use 2 for the whole theater.
Yeah.
And I would probably use 150 on one cup holder.
Yeah. So we took the wipe canister, took the top off, takes the whole roll out, squeezing it out like
All
a
the liquid.
like a
All the
like a
juice.
damp dish rag onto
wring
the
that
cup
boy out.
holder, and then he took the wring out wipe and just smashed it into the cup holder.
I'd get that boy ringing. I'd say, and I play it completely straight. I wouldn't break at all. I'd say, yeah, so we only got to do this about once a month. I wring this sucker out, and I'm looking at him straight face the entire time. Well, like, so much liquid is getting in this thing. And then I'd sit there, and I would just go to town on it. There'd be soap and stuff flying, like, around all the rows, all the
The
chairs,
chair
in
was
my mouth,
soaked.
on my hair, suds, like tons
Then the
of soap.
GM came in as he was
Yeah, he
doing
looks at
it.
me, and I'm sitting here going like this, just going to town on this cup holder.
And what did he say? Do you
Foam in my
remember?
mouth. He goes, if I ever see you do that again, you're getting fired. I look at him. I go, well, I guess you're never going to see me do it again.
That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It
I
was
do that all
It
the
was
time.
hilarious.
That was crazy.
It was so hilarious.
And the
And it
best,
made it worse.
I think the best part was it was a new guy.
Yeah.
brand new.
Yeah.
Like his first day, he hears the GM go, "If I ever see you do that again, you're gone."
It made it, not only was it like a waste of wipes, you had to re-wipe all the seats.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
thing was so.
'Cause
You
it
almost
would
had to
make
get
'em
a
worse.
towel.
Yeah.
Like it was drenched.
Anybody ever tell you how to deep clean a cup holder?
And yeah, I wouldn't break at all. I played it completely straight, and they're like, no. I'm like, all right.
Dude.
Or I would walk up to him and be like, hey, wants me to teach you how to deep clean a cup holder. They'd be, all right.
And it's crazy because like they would believe you.
And not only
up
would they
until,
believe him,
like you started.
Yeah, there was a
smashing
certain
it
point where
and it would make
they'd-
a mess.
they'd- It's ridiculous that I would not break.
not only did not tell you to do it, but also probably wasn't there. So they just kind of just believed whatever you said.
Oh, yeah.
Telling you to train someone, someone should have just known right then and there.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about when was hired.
Oh.
You remember this?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we would always clean these theaters. We cleaned an entire theater. And then I watched Jake grab a bucket of popcorn, full bucket of popcorn, throw it in the air. So that means we automatically have to re-clean all these seats because there's popcorn everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone got so pissed. And I went, all right, that's how we doing it, huh? And this is when people are getting trained.
Why was I here for every one of these moments?
This is when people are getting trained, and our friend it was his first day. He'd never met us before this, and I was like, "All right, that's how we doing this." I grab a full 24 thing of pop, someone that they didn't drink it. It was
24
full,
ounce.
24 ounce, and I throw this sucker against the wall. Pop goes everywhere. The theater is so exploded. And 2 seconds after I did this, comes in the theater, and he looks at me and Jake. He goes, "Max, Jake, come with me right now." And and we're like, uh-oh, we're getting in trouble.
Yeah.
He takes us into the office. He goes, just wanted to show you guys this thing. He shows us like a meme or something on his phone.
He's like, I look at this funny picture.
You explode a pop. All the rest of the ushers have to clean it up, and the
Yeah, we didn't have to
popcorn.
clean up anything.
No, yeah, I was in there
Trash theater. It was like a busy day. So we like
Sleeping it
sold
away.
out. Everything was sold out. And then we walk back in the next theater, and someone's like, "What happened?" And I go, "Yeah, we got written up." And they're like, "That's what you deserve." Like, finally, you're getting, finally, you take some responsibility for your actions. Maybe stop effing around. We're like, yeah, he said if we do that again, we'll probably get fired. We didn't get in any trouble at all. That's all people wanted. They wanted us to get in trouble, so it didn't matter if we actually.
Dude, I look back and it totally made sense why people didn't like me because I sucked.
Yeah.
Like,
And you bullied them.
yeah, I was like not a nice
Yeah.
person to people I didn't enjoy being around back then, and I was just like, I would just be like mean for my own enjoyment, you know. Like,
And I was
sucks to say, but I
nicer.
was.
On the surface, so people like me a little bit more, but
I mean, it could have been worse. You could have laundered money from the company, and
Yeah.
it
But
could always be worse.
I feel like you guys were never so I was a supervisor at a point too, and I supervised both you guys. You guys were never the worst workers though. You guys were always doing more work than somebody else at least.
Yeah, we had to.
But so,
Had to
so
make
there
up
was-
for all the wasted time.
But you guys would just mess around so people would get mad at you. Even though there
Uh-huh.
was people who didn't do anything, they would just stand around and talk and like, oh yeah, like that theater's getting out, but I gotta, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys, I feel like you guys were never at like the lowest level of work, but people just didn't like you because you were messing around or
Or messing with them.
Yeah, or like actually, or messing with them, or like so I feel
lying,
like
straight lying to him.
yeah, I feel like
The people that did like being around me and Max usually were people that like didn't take themselves super serious.
Yeah.
And could take a joke and
Yeah.
then like they were in on the jokes now and like, okay, that's someone you can mess with and it'd be okay. But the people like that couldn't take a joke or like really took themselves serious did not like me because I would poke fun at everybody, dude. It was awful.
yeah, it was
Like-
so funny though.
well, I think the funniest thing was when you could tell it bothers them, then you target it every single time.
you
Dude.
would go for the kill.
Yes, you have to.
Oh, dude, I actually feel bad looking back because it was like
I'm
so
trying to think of a
mean.
specific moment where we like just targeted something every single time.
I feel like it would always be like little comments, like you would just be like, "Hey, whatever," like something really quick.
I would always act like I didn't do my job ever. I would always be
yeah.
like,
Even if we did do it,
I would
I'd
be like, okay,
I haven't
guys,
done nothing.
yeah, you guys got this theater. And I would walk out and I'd go do something like I'd actually have to do or something. And like I'd be like, yeah, this place looks a little dirty. I'm gonna go do something else. And everybody would be like, oh, this dude doesn't do his job ever. And I'd be like,
I think
what are you talking about?
the funniest running bit though was like we would act like we didn't like you after when you would leave the room I'd be like this guy does nothing, right guys? to all these people we weren't friends with, and be like, yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, dude, he needs to get fired. Dude, I know. And then I'd be like, I'd communicate it all back to you who doesn't like you. We had a little just inner circle. It's kind of
Dude, it
funny.
was brutal.
Yeah, we definitely made people's jobs harder, but also way more fun.
No, we made other people's jobs harder, but our jobs easier.
Yeah,
That's
Dude, I
all that
wouldn't even
matters.
say that.
I wouldn't think their jobs were any harder.
It wouldn't be any harder, dude. Because when we would throw or do something stupid, we would be the ones to clean it up. Like we'd be like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm not
that's
gonna
true.
do that, and then like we'd be in there 2 seconds later,
Yeah.
cleaning it up. You know, like
One time-
cleaning up our own mess.
I found an apple and I was like, oh, apple, I better throw this against the wall. So I threw it against the wall. It hit
Now, why is that the first thing that comes to your mind?
Well, when you find an apple, what you gonna do? I ain't gonna eat it.
I ain't gonna
right?
eat it. Yeah.
So I threw it against the wall and it literally got over the entire theater and everyone had to rewipe it.
That's brutal, dude.
Hey, we need to talk about if your secret stash of cups is still in the break room.
In the tiles?
No,
In
we
the-
used all those.
All of them gone.
But there
Okay.
are, I'm sure this is still here. Because I took the key. There's a lockbox upstairs at the theater. And we put our Burger King crowns in there. We used to wear these Burger King crowns at work.
Before it became cancelable.
Before it became like a racial symbol.
I do. Yeah, that's crazy that that became like a racist thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was probably like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so I put them in this lockbox. They're probably still there because I took the key and I hid the key. And it's still hidden. And it's possible that someone found it, but I'm sure I could walk up there today and grab them.
But do you remember all the stuff you'd put on the tile about the break room?
Yeah, shoes. Your
I
shoes.
have my shoes up there with my name on them.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember one day we were messing around up there. We found like old Nerf guns, and we're like, dude, we got.
Oh yeah.
50 years from now, we need to go back up there like a little time
Up
capsule.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Like so they remember us.
Yeah.
I'd always be like, Max, why don't you just use the cone cups? And he'd be like, no, dude, I got my own cups. He goes, lifts the tile of the ceiling,
Yeah.
and he's got like a medium cup. And he takes it out and fills it up. And they'd always ask you, hey, did you buy that?
No.
You'd say,
Dude, let me tell you about this. One time there was a big party, a big corporate party, and everything was free. It was like a closed event. And the owner of the company said, anyone that comes over the counter, just give them whatever they want.
oh, I remember this.
Because it was all his friends and his like shareholders. But the staff was just going nuts, selling way more things than they would actually sell. And I went up there, I voided out like 10 drinks, and then I would just drink them when I was at work because I knew they weren't in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably stole like $200 or $300 worth of stuff that day.
No. Wholesale, you stole $2 worth.
Wholesale, but movie theater prices when you think about that.
Yeah.
These drinks are like $7
Well,
each.
but didn't they give you permission to get whatever you want too because you were working?
Yeah,
You took a little liberty with that.
well, I took. I certainly took. They gave me an inch, and I took a mile. Certainly.
Yeah.
An inch is a lot, though.
Yeah, you should keep that one.
Well,
on
inch
your
is a
top.
ton.
Yeah, an
Right.
inch is
An inch
big.
is a ton.
Inch is really big.
Huge.
So you essentially took something big and just went a little bigger. Is
Yeah.
what I'm
A
getting out
mile's
of
not
that.
that much bigger than an inch.
Yeah.
Not-
It's kind of related to, like, I don't know. I think, I'm not going to say it. Never mind. I can't remember. It's just going to get bleeped out.
Let me talk about this. Oh, this pissed people off.
I don't know.
I think you guys were all here for this, or at least you were there for the after. Oh yeah, I'm remembering this now. All right, so I don't know who provided the paraphernalia. Might have been me. It was me. Now that I think about it. So I always carry smoke bombs. One little thing I do. Always
this
carry
is a good
smoke
story.
bombs. So I always carry these on me, and Jake was like, "Let me get a couple smoke bombs." I was like, "Sure, bro." And he found a lighter, and we went out back of the theater near like the dumpsters, and he lit one, and they smoked. Everyone could see it for miles.
Not miles, bro. It was like.
Yeah,
All right,
not miles.
bro. If you were a mile away, you could see it. What?
Yeah, probably. Go ahead though.
Okay. So we lit you lit these suckers off.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, and everyone out there was just laughing about it. But then one of the coworkers that hates Jake saw it,
Oh, this was...
and then went and told the managers. And then none of us ratted. One of the managers came up to me. She was like, "Did you light those smoke bombs?" She was pissed. She goes, "Did you light the smoke bombs off in the back?" I go, "No, I didn't." She goes, "And you're not going to tell me who did?" I go, "No, I'm not going to tell you who did, but there's only a handful of people here at this job that would even do something like that." And she goes, "All right." And she went to you and was like, "Go home." Like,
Yeah, no, she was like, "Did you light the smoke bombs?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
She's like, "Go
Yeah.
home." I'm like, "All right."
And then the GM called me. He goes, "Did Jake light smoke bombs off behind the theater?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Why did he do that?" I go, "I guess he wanted to."
Hey, let me give you the perspective from like the other employees, because I had nothing to do with it. So I heard all the talk going around, and it was essentially you guys are getting fired.
Yeah,
Like there's
As soon as
no
it
way
happened,
around
everyone's
it.
like, "Max is
Well, here's the
gonna
thing.
get
I think weren't the fire department called or something?
No. So
No, it was completely blown out of proportion.
Here's what happened. All right, here's my view. All right, Max had smoke bombs. We were outside taking the trash out. We finished a trash run, and we have these really big trash cans on wheels.
Yeah.
We would call them
like
tanks.
40-gallon tanks.
Yeah, just huge. And so I was like, dude, wouldn't it be cool if I lit a few and like we mixed the colors in the
And it was.
It was cool. And I was like spinning it around and stuff, and people that were out there were like, "Oh man, that's crazy!" Like,
And it was not
stupid.
like there's no chance that it would like light something on fire.
No, yeah, it's a smoke bomb. If you've seen like fireworks smoke bombs, they're like this
Mm-hmm.
big, and like it's not. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Yeah, the employee that didn't like you, what got back to them was you were lighting the garbage cans on fire.
That's insane.
So like it was like you guys were getting fired. That's
Yeah, and what got back to me was that it was a really big deal because after I aired them out, like I didn't bring them in with smoking them at all.
Yeah, no.
But when I took them through like the back door back into the theater, apparently it smelled like smoke and fire, which makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
well, it definitely smelled like fireworks.
Yeah, and
But
apparently like they said somebody complained that like it smelled like fire and like they didn't want like a panic or anything, and that's why I got in really big trouble.
right.
Yeah, it was a huge deal. And then the best part of it all is everyone's saying you're getting fired, and literally
Yeah, this
either
girl,
the same night or the
no,
next.
I got you.
Yeah.
So this one girl was like, literally, she was like, "This is it." She goes, "These guys are finally getting fired." She starts yelling at us in the theater, which
It was
is
kind
horrible.
Of funny.
Like, if you have no shame, where you're just gonna yell at someone out of anger in the theater, that's, I don't know, it's trashy in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
in front of other people. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
like
kinda-
not in the back of the theater, like in the lobby. She was like,
was
And she
kinda
wasn't even our
awkward.
supervisor. She was
no,
the
she
same-
wasn't.
Yeah.
She was on the same level of us, if not under.
No, same level.
And she's like, "This is it." She goes, "This is the final straw. You guys are finally getting fired." She goes, "There's no coming back from this." She goes, "Can't save you now." GM, who we were friends with, so he wouldn't fire us. We do stuff, he wouldn't fire us. And she's like, "Can't save you now."
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, like the next day, like 2 days later, we had a big company meeting, the entire company, and we rode with the managers.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why this all happened was because I was with Jacob Blake during this all.
During the fireworks.
No, during
Oh, the
during
meeting. Oh, the
the
meeting,
meeting.
yeah.
I rode with him, and then he was like, "Hey, I think we're going to get dinner after." And I was like, "Oh, who's going?"
Oh,
And he's
yeah,
like,
it was the
he's like,
GM's wife's birthday.
Yes.
That's
He's
right.
like, "Oh, all them," which is the CEO. Our boss was there, the CEO of the company, the GM, like all the managers, all the high up people. And I got invited to it, and I was like, you guys should invite Jake and Max. So literally 2 days after saying they're going to get fired, they're out to eat on corporate's dime.
Yeah.
Some nice steakhouse.
It was really nice. food.
Only corporate, and then a couple of employees were me, Jake, Cody, Elijah.
Yeah,
You were a
and me.
manager.
You had
Or
also-
No, I
were a
wasn't.
manager.
Also-
I wasn't there. I didn't get invited.
Oh, you didn't?
No, Cody
Yeah,
wasn't
what the
there.
heck, bro?
I think it was
I don't know.
Cody.
'Cause I
didn't
might
go to
not
the
have been
meeting.
working there at the time. I might have been
Oh.
like interning somewhere else, but I was coming back and forth.
Max, you had cornrows
I
Yes.
had a man bun at this point.
In a Minion shirt
and a Minion shirt on.
at a nice restaurant.
No, I had the Wally World T-shirt.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I had a Wally World T-shirt, and I was at a corporate dinner
It was
days
really
after.
that whole thing. Yeah, and people were like,
People were so pissed.
people were so mad at me, and then in the group chat,
Oh, I sent a picture. Yes.
Picture of us
smiling.
getting paid steak dinners.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember how many
That was
people
the
used to
funniest thing in the
hate me in that group chat?
Oh,
Do you remember that, Max? How many people used to hate me in that group chat because I like ran it? It was
Oh.
called Big. It was like Big Haynes Theater or something like that. Daddy Haynes Theater or something like that.
one more story about the theater I want
All
to
right,
tell.
all right.
So there was a guy who worked there. He was a good guy. He's a little different, but
Yeah,
it
he was
fine.
chill though. He was chill.
And so the theater would
He was average.
the theater would take advantage.
I think he was
of,
above
like,
average. He was certainly adequate.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I don't know. Yeah. Regardless, if so, he did way more than he probably should have for the theater. Like he worked a lot harder than he had to. Okay.
For a minimum wage.
For a minimum
wage
wage.
job, and he wasn't like that. Like it wasn't like the cleaning stuff. Like he would just do extra stuff. Like sometimes we would change the light bulbs, and you'd have to climb up ladders. And they built these extra big theaters, the Encore theaters over there, and the other one next to it. And he had to change. Oh, sorry. He had to change one of the light bulbs, one of the high light bulbs in the thing.
This was like 30 feet off the ground.
Yeah, like 30 feet off the ground, like the top. So they were a canister, and there was a light at the top and a light at the bottom. And you could change the one at the bottom pretty easy. Like you could just lean the ladder up, but the one at the top, you had to
Top
be like,
sucked.
yeah, you had to be like at a weird angle to get up there because you couldn't just like lean the ladder against the wall and then like reach up.
No,
Because,
it was on an incline.
yeah, and it was on an incline. So, but this guy would always change the light bulbs. One, I think, because he thought, and
He was cool.
yeah, he was like, oh, I can change those. Or he
And
would.
no
like,
one, none of us wanted it to die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We were like,
None of us had a death wish.
I'm getting paid $7.25 an hour. I'm not. Climbing,
That's what I would tell a
I'm not-
manager.
I'm not climbing a 30-foot ladder to change a light bulb for you guys.
OSHA would have had a field day.
But he would always carry like as much stuff as he could. Like he'd carry like 10 bags of, not 10 bags. He'd carry like 2 bags of popcorn seeds. Be like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm so strong. But
got what he had coming.
regardless, he climbs this ladder. So I wasn't there that happened. I think he was by himself.
I was there when it happened,
you
not
were.
in the theater.
He climbs this ladder to change the light bulb, and it wasn't an incline, so the ladder didn't even have like proper footing. Definitely, like OSHA probably. I don't know if they can get in trouble for this now, but it was not.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a statute of limitations on.
Yeah.
It
was
This was many years ago. I'm sure the safety protocols have
He
changed.
probably
Yeah,
could have
yeah,
pressed
probably.
charges
Yeah.
back then, but now he can't.
Yeah.
He missed his window.
Yeah, this was 20 years ago.
But he was. Yeah.
This is the 1990s.
But this dude climbs up the ladder, goes to change the light bulb. I don't know exactly what happened, if he like leaned back too far.
Well,
or
he
what.
was alone, so yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he was by himself. We kind of just heard the second hand, but he fell in their seat. So he's in like the aisleway in between the wall and the seats. He was on the ladder. The ladder fell onto the seats. So
Backwards.
Backwards. So he landed with back first into the seats.
20 feet in the air
Yeah.
onto the seats.
Yeah. So I didn't talk to him till the next day. I show up the next day and he's like limping and he's holding his back and he's at work. He's like trying to carry popcorn bags. I'm like, hey man, are you okay? Like, what's going on? He's like, yeah. He's like, I fell off the ladder yesterday trying to change the light bulb. I was like, dude, what? I was like, why are you at work and how? Like, what's going on? And he was like, yeah, my back's kind of messed up.
Yeah, Big Mess up
like,
pretty good.
He's like, I really can't turn down the work. He's like, I need the money. And I was like,
Could have gotten a lot of money if he sued.
Yeah.
I just was caught so off guard. He was like, yeah, I just fell off the ladder yesterday, landed on the seats in Encore.
Just the picture of him falling off.
Yeah, I would pay money to see that.
I
'Cause
would've
you know he
too.
probably bounced. You know he probably hit those
the
boys.
sound he let go.
Well, it's like wood. It's like they're cushioned, but they're like made out of wood. On top of
Yeah.
that. So he probably went.
let me hear the best noise you think he let out right when he hit those seats.
Ouch!
He probably, it's probably like a big like,
Just like his last final
would-
breath.
Dude, we're joking, bro, but that would be terrifying.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it'd be
oh my
awful.
gosh.
It would be absolutely harrowing.
He should have pressed charges. I mean,
And the dude was at work the next day making $7.25 an hour.
yeah.
Yeah, like they might
Yeah,
bump
the
me to
pay
seven-
was
they-
pretty
They
horrible.
might bump me up to $7.50 an hour if I fall from the ladder. I don't even know if the managers knew for a while, but yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if they did.
Justice. Get this man justice.
Yeah, he eventually quit because he wanted to make more money somewhere else, I think.
There's a place where you didn't have to go 30 feet to change a light bulb.
Yeah.
Dude, there became a time before I became a manager, I would just tell them I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no way I'm not going up 20 feet, risking my life for a light bulb.
I would change the low ones. Like there was a few in the original.
Yeah, I
cars
would like
that
change a low
that
one,
were
yeah.
easy
Yeah.
to get to, and I didn't mind changing them. But
There were certain things I wouldn't do for minimum wage there.
The new theaters that they made, they were too dangerous.
yeah, they were so high.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I think they actually had to stop changing some of the lights after that
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it wasn't right after.
But I would just do them.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 months after. They're like, hey, make sure none of you guys are changing those light bulbs. They're too high.
I was clamoring to climb those ladders. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I need the money so bad. I'd climb them. And the thing is, I would jump head first off, but I would do it on purpose. And they're like, yeah, if you jump off, you can't sue. And I was like, what? So I would try to make it look more natural. Like I'd like
Oh, I'm
spill something.
falling.
Like I'd bring ice up there with me in my pocket, but it would melt by the time I got up there. Like
You
I'd
just
drop
have a
the
pocket
ice in
full
the
of
ladder.
water.
Yeah, and they'd be like, they'd look up there and be like, "Did you piss yourself, dude?" And I'd be like, "No," and then I would just start, I don't know, I'd get embarrassed and like
Jump off.
cry, and then and they'd be like, "Yeah, you gonna jump off?" And I'd be like,
Yeah.
"No," and I was going there to jump off, but like when they started like, "Yeah, you gonna jump off, bro? You gonna end it?" And I'd be like, "No," and I'd climb down out of shame and I'd just walk away, and I wouldn't even clock out. Do you remember this, Jake? When we got hired, we didn't know we had to clock out, so we would be clocked in for like 48 hours, 72 hours at a time. We were making bank. Remember that?
I do
This
not.
has got to be illegal.
Definitely.
And they'd be like, "How'd you work a 72-hour shift?"
This
And
went on
I'd
for
be like,
months.
yeah, months. And then the manager's like, "You know you got to clock out, right?" I'd be like, "I thought I only clock out when I get fired." And they're like, "No, you got to clock out at the end of the day." I'm like, might be, Doug, and I, and but I
The
would
check's
strike
already
back,
hit
and I
the-
wouldn't do it though. Yeah, the check's already cleared, so I wouldn't.
It's fine.
They can't take it back.
No, they can't.
Guys, they took it back.
Like we can't all get in trouble,
Yeah, guys, we all got in trouble.
Guys, this is an apology video, so we did all get in trouble.
It's like a fast forward. Guys, we all got fired.
We're all getting in trouble like
All right.
a month from now.
All right,
What
is
do you
it-
think
all right.
that job taught you as a person?
That's a good question. Like one of my biggest regrets. It was like an extension of high school for me. It was like I was in high school, but the job was just
Yeah.
nobody cared, so it was like high school. I wish that I effed around more in high school. It's my only regret because I effed around so much at the theater and I never got in trouble and
You wish you goofed around.
what is it? No
Like consequences?
consequences for my actions. I had none back then. None. I almost have none now. But that's neither here nor there.
Until a certain movie theater sues this podcast for defamation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think me and Cody definitely were the same exact way in high school. We just did not care. Between sitting in the middle of lunch and then launching a grate behind your back and watching it hit someone in the head, to like all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I loved it though. It was a great job. It was a great high school job. If I worked there now, it'd be like an issue, but
Well, if you
back
work
then, it
there
was
now,
great.
you kind of, you're not a kid, so you'd have a little bit more morals, and you probably
Yeah.
do your job and not have as much fun. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I don't think it'd be
I
fun
don't know
at all.
about that. When I left, not voluntarily, voluntarily. When I left that
They
job,
forced you out.
I was like, all right, time to, grow up a little bit. It was like kind of keeping me in a place where I didn't really want to be anymore. But
Yeah.
Yeah, when I
didn't
became
have
a
the reason
manager-
to not be like that.
When I became a manager, the job kind of changed from this is fun and this is just a job to, all right, there's some responsibility on my shoulders. Like I had to order stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it became more of a, I don't want to do this anymore.
What about you, Cody?
Maybe I think like just general people skills probably like what I probably learned the most, like just dealing with like weird situations or even like coworkers that like when I became a supervisor, I ended up as a supervisor, like trying to motivate people who did not want to do their job to work, like just working with people, I think a little bit more. And I feel like I have terrible people skills now, but I feel like I developed some then from that. Like it forced you to, yeah. I feel like maybe that's like the biggest thing, or maybe to just take yourself a little less seriously too. Like it doesn't, like in the end of the day, like your job. I mean, it matters because you need to make money, but at the end of the day, it's just a job.
It's
Like
just a job, yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be
it's
Jake.
great.
Definitely like how to like deal with people, the same way. Like, I mean, back then I didn't do it well. Now I look back and I'm like, I would have done a lot of stuff differently, but like,
I thought time just froze.
You about to drop? No, hold on. He's about to spit bars.
I thought time just froze for I looked around a little bit.
I meant to like do it as a joke, like I wasn't gonna say anything, and then I actually
Then you had to go along with it.
Actually, that's a little too real. I didn't learn nothing from that job.
Yeah. No, I feel like when I worked there, like it's like looking back, it was like a weird era of my life,
Yeah.
like almost like you were a different person. I mean,
Yeah.
you're the same, but like I don't know, you just learn a lot about yourself, like I don't know, working and like reflecting on how you were, it's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
So I think although it was like a first job and it was like, just kind of it's a movie theater. I think it also did do a lot of good for all of us, even though we joked around most of the time. But
Yeah, it was great.
yeah.
I would also, as much as I effed around with the staff, I'd also just F around with customers.
Oh my gosh.
But they didn't know me at all. But I would do this thing where I'd walk up to the pop machine and I'd lean up against it like I was talking to someone. Or sometimes I would talk to customers, be like, "What are you guys seeing today?" And I'd fill my cup up and I'd lean against every one of these soda fountain like things, and my arm would get covered in pop. And I'd just fill my cup up and I'd go drink it. I was soaked in pop. Like, yeah, what are you guys seeing today? Cover myself in pop and then just like, oh yeah, that is great. And I would walk in the back. So
hey, one of my funniest bits, real quick, was when we weren't supposed to get the ices out of the cone cups. So one of our managers saw you get an icy out of the cone cup.
Yeah.
And you walk back to the break room to drink it. He just looks at you, smacks it out of your hand, and it goes all over the wall. And he
Dude,
says,
that was me.
I got a video. It happened to you, but
we
then
reenacted
we
it.
reenacted it. And I got a
and he
video.
looks at him and says, "Clean that up."
I'll play the video. We did a reenactment.
Yeah.
on. Oh man. Oh, come on, dude. What I did learn, this is the most important thing I learned from that place, is how different people are. Because I feel like before I worked, I wasn't exposed to like super different kinds of people.
Different,
But,
like
personalities.
ethnic
basically.
backgrounds.
What?
You were never
I'm
exposed
not a
to.
racist.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to clarify for them. Like I know
this
that
is this is
about
not
you,
for this is
but
for
they
them.
don't know
Oh,
that.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a
like-
good point.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Like personalities.
Now, Cody,
That's
you
what
are
I'm talking
racist, right?
about. Yeah, Cody is racist.
No, I am not racist. I am not racist.
Really, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You are from Ida, which is pretty bad.
All right. Yeah. Okay, I am too. This is this is slanderous at this point.
What was I gonna say, man?
You said
Well, the
different
different
people.
people.
Learning like just how to really interact with like different personalities, because before I feel like in high school, like I didn't, I was just hanging out with the people that are the same as me, and
Your
then all of a
friends,
sudden
yeah.
you're thrown into like the real world where like people, not everybody believes the same crap and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and so like learning how to deal with that, that's probably what.
Yeah, I think you're
probably most.
and by when you say learn how to deal with that, I think your version of that was just making fun of people.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, you're a
you
little
did
bit.
make fun of people who are different from you.
I
You
need
did.
to, I need to,
Yes.
dude, I need to clarify for everybody. I feel bad about poking fun at people that did not want to be poked fun at. Like looking back, I realize like
Yeah, but at the same time,
I wasn't being very nice.
At the
So,
same time, not everyone
if
should
anybody,
take.
hold on. If any of you are watching this from there, my bad, man. Forgive me.
At the same time, everyone should not take themselves so seriously.
I think you should bully your friends.
Oh yeah,
I only bully people I like.
you should hurt their feelings,
Yeah.
make them cry
If you
too.
bully someone you don't like, that's mean. If you're
Yeah.
bullying your friends,
No, you really should bully your friends.
I don't know if bully, but like you can like
I'm like,
poke
Jake,
fun at
you're
them.
ugly,
Yeah,
dude.
poke fun
Like,
at
nobody likes you, dude.
bust balls.
if I said
you know what
that,
mean?
yeah.
Hey,
you say
you
balls
have
on
no
the podcast?
friends.
Balls.
No,
Yeah, I guess your
balls.
your
You can
balls.
bust your friends' balls,
You
but
can
bullying
bust-
them.
you
Yeah,
can
bullying I think
bust
is
you
like
guys
a
can say
another
like
step
little
up from
jokes
that.
like, "Yeah, you're 25 and you don't have a girlfriend," or like, "You don't have your life together." And
Right.
stuff.
Well, that
Like
crap
little,
is
like
real.
little,
little things.
like little
Even
things that
little
are just
little
like
stuff like
yeah,
you need to
know?
get a job. You
Yeah.
literally are homeless.
Your life's falling apart. That type of stuff.
We say it with a little sarcastic tone. It's
If
just
you laugh
funny.
and hit them in the shoulder, they know it's a joke.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you looking? Never mind. Sorry, I was gonna say something. It was gonna
Probably
be,
something
it was
racist.
gonna
Cody.
be- Yeah, it was gonna be
Back to being racist.
It was gonna be way too sad.
What's the funniest thing you ever did at the theater? All right. Well, don't stress yourself about it. We don't have to.
I'll just. This was just a funny like the day.
Wait, no, hold on. That we've done.
Okay. You
We have
prefaced
to
it. Now it makes me think that it's not going to be funny.
Wait, hold on. Is it something we've done? We had to do
Okay.
it.
Who's the least funny person on this couch?
Probably me.
All right. As long as we all know that, go ahead. Tell your story.
So, and I don't know if this is the funniest thing. It's just something that comes to my head. But the day I got promoted, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. But similar to their stories, where they got called out of a theater, I was the day I got promoted. I kind of like knew that I was in the running for like a supervisor role. I wanted to like go up in the company, but I also like to mess around, especially with my friends. And there was there was actually 2 full pops in cup holders, and I threw one, hit the wall, it exploded. I picked up the other one, threw it, hit the wall, it exploded. It was like us, we were laughing. Somebody else was in the theater like, "You're an idiot," or maybe like 2 or 3 people were like
Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like why would you do that? There's literally no reason for you to do that.
That was hilarious.
We were just like laughing, and I got called out of the theater, and the GM called me out. It was like I was like, oh, I wonder if he was like, 'cause there was like a walkway upstairs where you could see. I was like, I wonder if he saw me throw those at the wall. I was like, I'm about to get in trouble or fired or something. Like, I didn't have the same relationship with him as you guys. I think I was friends with him, but he was also like, we weren't like that tight. Like, we would joke around a little bit, but not that much. I was like, oh, this is bad. And then he was like, hey, you've been doing a really good job around here. And I was like dying on the inside because I just threw 2 full pops at the wall. You've been doing a really good job around here. You really lead people well. You help people, or you really motivate people to do their jobs.
Hey, Jake, watch this. Throws pop at the wall.
Yeah.
Like everything you've ever done is flashing back.
Yeah, all the stuff. I'm just like, literally from that day that I messed around, he's like, do you want to be a supervisor? I was like, yeah. And then he's like, so like, do you want to start like as your next shift or whatever? Or do you just like want to put the shirt on now and go out? I was like, I'll just put the shirt on now and go out. So I walk out of there in a red shirt, which was a supervisor shirt, and all the people who saw me throw the pop at the wall.
Hey guys, clean that up. Clean that pop up.
hey, get over there, clean that up.
Yeah, that wall a little wet. I need you to go scrub that down.
But that was that. Yeah,
The funniest thing I ever did, it's probably not the funniest thing, but getting everybody together to do a bathroom check, like 6 at a time. Just like all the staff just, hey guys, we need to go do a bathroom check, and like 6 or 7 dudes.
It would get done so fast.
Yeah, and it was
Get done
so
like
funny.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
it was honestly productive. I don't know why the managers didn't like it, because everybody hated to do a bathroom check, but if we all did it, it was
At the
like,
same
we're all
time,
doing it
we
together, it's kinda
do a
fun.
deep
Oh,
clean.
dude.
Deep clean in 2 minutes.
One time I was doing a bathroom check. I just thought of this.
No.
And it was like a slow day. It was the middle of the week. And I walked in there and I would like barely do a bathroom check. You know, I'd look in the stall.
I think I remember this.
I'd look in the stall, and if it was messy, I'd wipe it down, but most of the time they were fine. So I walked in there. I thought I was the only one in there. I was just taking my sweet time. First stall, walked up to it, kicked the door, looked in. That's fine. Walked to the second store, kicked it in. Nothing to do here. Third stall, I kick it in, it doesn't open. It's locked. Someone's in that stall.
Someone is crapping their pants.
Someone's literally taking a dump, and I'm going stall by stall, kicking doors in.
They said their final prayer.
That's insane.
And then I'm like, oh no, I'm like panicking. I'm like, I'm gonna get in trouble. So I was like, I gotta make them think I'm not a worker. So I start kicking all the stalls in like crazy. and I kick them all in, and then I just get out of there because I want them to think I'm crazy and not a worker, so they don't complain.
That's funny.
When we were in the theaters cleaning up, you know, to get bored and stuff, you'd throw the wipe canister like it was a football kind of. So we would do that a lot. You know, there's idiots we worked with. So, you know, I wanted to kind of put them in on the fun. I would throw the wipe can. I'd throw the wipe can to them. And then I told one of the idiots to go long, right? Mm-hmm. He starts running, and then he cuts over in front of the seats. And I throw it, and I don't know if he just forgets the wall is there. He runs straight into the wall and falls over. And I was like, oh my gosh. it was very funny to watch. And then I look up in the little window where the projector is, and one of the managers is dying.
No way.
All right, guys, we could literally talk about the theater for hours.
Yeah, so many stories.
We have.
Yeah. If you want another episode of those, if you want another boys takeover, where we kidnap
Boys
Delaney, we
takeover.
tie her to some railroad tracks and leave her there like an old cartoon villain, like an old cartoon robber. Just go ahead and give this boy a fat thumbs up. And go ahead and give us a little rate if you're on Spotify.
Give it a little share, too.
Give this a little share. If you work at Phoenix Theaters, or you know someone, or
Don't
you know
tell
someone that
anyone.
works in the... If you know someone that works at Phoenix Theaters, don't tell them about this.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah,
Especially
please
don't tell the GM, the managers, or the owners. Don't
No,
tell
we
anyone
love
about
Phoenix.
that.
Hey, we need to finish this off. We love Phoenix. I love Phoenix.
Yeah, it was a great job.
Yeah,
It was great.
It's a great place
No
still.
regrets, man.
And honestly, if you're going to a movie, it's a great place to go watch a movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's too nice. It's once you watch a movie
It is
there,
great, and it's so cheap.
You won't
and
go
you,
anywhere else.
You won't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, actually, you will not.
I
Which
tried
brings us to our sponsor. Thank you, Phoenix Theaters.
Imagine.
Wow.
Crazy.
Go ahead, guys. Please use the sponsor because I'm trying to buy a lightsaber. I'm trying to buy a Lego lightsaber that looks real big. It's a real Lego lightsaber. I'm trying to buy it.
It's $7,000. Please help.
So please go use the sponsor. Any parting words?
No, guys, like and share.
Yeah, subscribe.
Thanks for having me on, Max.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome for having you on. Come back, guys. We'll have the boys take over again if you guys like them.
Yeah, thanks again. It was good catching up with you guys, too. Sorry, my mic was way too
I don't want to get emotional, but
It was very
Yeah, I don't wanna
retrospective. It was like
Yeah,
it was
very
like a trip back in
retrospective.
time.
It's
should
good
go to
reminiscent.
very reminiscent.
Or just
Uh-huh.
come, like, on the podcast, maybe, again.
Yeah. For
Yeah, I
sure.
really don't want to hang out with you guys unless it's for content. So
Okay.
Oh,
just let
yeah,
me know.
true. I mean, obviously.
Everything has to be filmed.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
We've been the Phoenix Theaters admins.
Yeah. these are your admins signing off.
See you guys next time. Come back and don't forget to have fun.
To have fun.
Have fun.
Does anyone speak Spanish?
I was going to say something racist.
Just listen to a HaveFun